Steve M says, does DeMeco use this as his resume game?
One game's not going to define his resume, but if he
It's
puts a
bad.
clamp on him, it's definitely going to help.
If it's bad, though. If he
bad, yeah.
gives up 30 in this game, who's going to hire him the next day? Like, hey, we want to introduce our brand new coach.
I wonder like, at all.
That's what I wonder. Is a team thinking like, well, we could take DeMeco, we could take Dan Quinn, whichever guy loses, we're going to hire because we want to get the guy in the building right away. Didn't that kind of happen? I feel like that happened with Robert Saleh and Kevin Stefanski. Remember?
It did.
Like, the Niners won. Stefanski, they freaking beat the Vikings. Stefanski was their offensive coordinator. They destroyed the Vikings offense in that game. Stefanski became the Browns head coach like the next day.
Yep.
The next day. I don't know what. Maybe it's because he was available and Saleh wasn't. That was a mind blower. And
most likely because you need your guy in the building as soon as possible. Because weeks and months at a time is definitely valuable. Everything, collecting staff, like everything established. The draft's only 3 months away.
I hope that the interest in DeMeco is legit because I'm so cynical about the NFL. You know what I'm saying? The NFL's hiring practices with coaches is just outrageous.
Did he go back? So wait, is he actually actually interviewing with Houston now?
4. No, I don't know. He has 4 interviews and they're coming to meet him.
Like last week.
But I just, they have that disgusting Rooney Rule, which they don't honor, and they just try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he that guy? Because they're making him seem like he's a hot candidate. Are we going to find out that they were just lying to him the whole time? I hope not. Because I feel like that's such a thing that the NFL would do. DeMeco, next guy up. Maybe next year, DeMeco. Maybe next year. You did great in your interview, though. Like, what?
That's
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm partly thinking, at least, because I'm looking at the vacancies and I'm like, where's DeMeco really even a fit at? Like, it has to be a place with like a good foundational defense, or ideally an offense where he doesn't have to worry too much about. And then again, I'm wondering like, who's even gonna be his OC? Like, I've seen people be like, the good thing about DeMeco is he's going to build a good staff. I'm like, how do you know? I don't even know who his connects are. Like with McDaniel, it was kind of obvious. I knew it was kind of easy. He was going to take like 2 to 3 coaches with him. Robert Saleh was obvious. LaFleur's his best buddy. He was going to take him and a couple other coaches. Like, all those were obvious to me. It's not obvious with DeMeco. He's only been a coach for like 5 years now.
And he's only been a coordinator for 2. How many defensive coordinators become head coaches after 2 years as being coordinators? Not many. I mean, Saleh took him 4 years. They went to the Super Bowl after his 3rd, and he still didn't get the job. And what clinched it for him the next year was putting together a top 5 defense without Nick Bosa. I mean,
with so many other players down too.
DeMeco's defense is kind of hemorrhaging right now with Nick Bosa. So I think owners might notice. And I know a big thing with DeMeco is his leadership and the fact that he played and the way he connects with players, and that's all legit. But, I mean, he doesn't have experience. He's always going to have that personality and ability to connect, but teams might feel like, you know what? Give him another year. Give him 2 more years.
I also think bigger picture, he's defensive oriented, and that's not.
He's defensive oriented. Also,
no one cares anymore.
Right? And it's like, look at Saleh. Look at Saleh right now. He already fired his offensive coordinator 2 years in. Already.
Unjustly.
And it's like, but it's like, is he a good leader? Yes. Is he a good defensive coach? Yes.
The defense is clicking, but ultimately, you need your quarterback to operate.
Right. So all these things are going on. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if DeMeco actually leaves.
All the remaining head coaches in the playoffs right now are offensive oriented. None of them defensive backgrounds.
Also, a lot of coaches that had no experience that got hired off, hope and prayers failed miserably. And I wonder if owners often just wildly swing back and forth. Okay, I don't want the next Nathaniel Hackett, the guy who's never been a head coach before. Let's get the next Doug Peterson. Let's get some guy on his second go round. Oh, that's Dan Quinn. Someone who's 55 and not 38. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden the trend could go back because everyone wanted a 35-year-old coach for a second. And all of a sudden you see like some like grown men doing some pretty good work, with some experience, and owners might be like, instead of giving $50 million to the next Cliff Kingsbury, Cliff. Anyway, DeMeco, good luck. He'll be a head coach eventually, but I just don't trust the NFL. I just don't trust him at all.